Well, this is going to be a bit of a long one, so let's just jump into it. All of these swatches that you are about to see were gifted to me by DND Gel, and this is actually my first time using any of their product. To kick off this swatch party, we have Boston University Red, which is a really nice blue-based red. The formula for this cream is very plush and very opaque. This shade of red is definitely perfect for the upcoming holiday season, and I will be posting a Christmas-themed nail art look on my Instagram using this shade. Next up, we have Havin Cabbler. I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to, but if you know, please sound off in the comments down below. This is a very pretty pastel coral orange, and the camera lighting in this particular shot doesn't quite do it justice, as it is a lot more warm-toned in person. This shade had a very thick and opaque formula, and it was almost fully opaque in one coat. However, because of the length of my nails, I had to go in for a second. If your nails are on the shorter side, a lot of these creams I'm going to be showing you might actually be opaque in one coat for you. In comparison to a lot of other drugstore brands, I actually find these polishes to be rather cost-effective for the quality. They're about $5 a bottle. Up next is a very pretty cornflower blue called Blue Earth. I did have a little bit of trouble filming this polish accurately. As you can see, it looks a lot warmer in comparison to the last clip. However, this polish performed excellently. It was very opaque, and as you can see here, it was almost opaque on my length of nail in just one coat. There's a few places where it's a bit patchy. However, a second coat made it very opaque. I can definitely see myself using this color once spring rolls around. Up next, we have a beautiful teal shade, aptly named Tropical Teal. This color honestly reminds me of a turquoise stone, and I think that's probably the best description that I could give this, as it is a very bright blue. Again, this cream shade was very opaque. The only reason you're seeing some streakiness here is because I removed too much polish from the brush when I went to apply. And honestly, that's my mistake and definitely not the product's. This is another shade that I can definitely see myself using in the springtime for some form of flower nail art or even possibly a bird. As you can see, when it was fully dry, the first layer was very opaque, and I think this is probably the most opaque out of all of the polishes sent to me. This next shade, Midnight Sapphire, I did not like at all, and I thought performed really poorly in comparison to all the other creams that I had tried. It's just so incredibly see-through. I also noticed that the brush shape was actually different than the other opaque creams. This brush is longer, it's more flexible, and it's skinnier. I actually noticed this discrepancy in a couple other shades that I'm going to be swatching. For this particular shade, I had to do 3 coats, and even then, it was still very see-through and streaky, and I think the camera shots that you're about to see kind of hide just how streaky it was, but you can still easily see the smile line of my nail. For me, this shade just required too much fiddling around to get to be in any wearable state, so I would definitely suggest passing on this shade. 2 shades that are similar to this color but actually opaque in 2 coats would be Greek Getaway by the Nail Bazaar or Hollow Taco's Royalty Blue. Up next is Melting Violet, which performed similarly to the previous creams and also had the wide, shorter, flat brush. Melting Violet is a very pretty, warm-toned, dusty lavender, and I can definitely see myself wearing this throughout the winter and colder months. I can totally see this shade looking awesome underneath a knitted sweater pattern, possibly with a cream color. I can definitely imagine myself standing out in the cold with a hot chai wearing this color. Up next is my favorite out of all of the polishes sent to me, Orchid Lust. Maybe I feel extra inspired by all the metallics that I've been seeing this season, but I really liked this color and it performed excellently. Despite having a silver undertone like most metallic shades, this particular polish still manages to be quite warm-toned. If things ever open up again, this would definitely make an excellent party polish. Up next is another polish that I just wasn't a fan of, and I think it has a very similar formula to the blue shade that we saw earlier. Joy is a pink orchid color, and I found it to be very sheer and a little bit hard to maneuver around on my nail. It also has the same brush head as Midnight Sapphire, which was the long, skinny, very flexible brush. Personally, I think there are plenty other orchid shades out there that are more worth your time and easier to apply. You can see that I'm going in with a rather heavy coat this time, and it's still very patchy and not opaque everywhere. Up next is Fudgesicle, and I had the exact same issue as Midnight Sapphire and Joy with this polish. I had high hopes for this particular shade as I love a nice chocolatey brown. However, this polish just did not perform well and was rather red in undertone. As you can see, this polish is very patchy, just like the other two, and I'm starting to wonder if this is a problem with all of DND Gel's darker colors, as I haven't had a single issue with the lighter shades. I was hoping that a second coat would really even things out, however, it didn't really do anything, and after seeing how the other two performed, I didn't even bother trying to go in for a third coat. Up next is Snowflake, which is a brilliant white polish, and when brands send me polishes, I always like to ask for a white and a black shade because those are two of the hardest polishes to really perfect. I actually really liked this polish, and I think it was an excellent two-coat white. I prefer doing 2 coats of a white polish instead of 1 because it usually means that I will have a thinner consistency, because consistency is always the first thing that is compromised when you're making a 1-coat white. I actually used this color as the base to some nail art that I did yesterday for my Instagram. If you're looking to get started in nail art, I would actually suggest this white as it is only $5 and an excellent way to just jump in. Up next is Black Licorice, which is the staple black from this brand. And I actually really like this black. Considering that my favorite black is 1 Coat Black by Holotaco, I know personally that this polish will never stand up to that. However, if you're looking to just jump into nail art and you need something that'll get you through, this would be a great polish to pick up. On my length of nail, I do need 2 coats. However, if you have shorter nails, you'll most likely just need 1. Black Licorice is definitely a very solid polish. Last but definitely not least is Diamond Star, and this is, I think, my second favorite from all the polishes sent to me. Diamond Star has a range of small to medium holographic and silver glitter particles, and it can be used as a topper or by itself. In order to get this polish fully opaque by itself, I did 3 layers, and because of the variety of size that the glitter is, it was very easy to get opacity. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much to DND Gel for sending me all of these polishes. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts and opinions are from all of these swatches. What were your favorites? What were your least favorites? Sound off below. And if you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!